Well, the 79th annual Everyday Champion Stanley Park Open starts today. More than 1,000 players on 18 courts on English play. The CEO of Tennis BC, Ryan Clark, on hand to talk about a month-long of tennis, Ryan.
Absolutely. It's going to be awesome. We start off here with Stanley Park, North America's largest community tennis event. It's everyone. It's Wimbledon for BC. I mean, you're talking everything from the public park hacks to the West Side Country Club guys that come down in their crisp whites, to the seasonal club players from the interior come down dressed casually. They all kind of mesh into one area, and it is outstanding action all day. Yeah,
the press release says all ages and skill levels. So that's when you say
all skill levels. Right? You see everything down there. You'll have, you'll have 5-year-olds playing next to players in the over 65 category. Really? You'll have beginners playing. It's just really neat to see everyone in one area. And then most importantly, we got the men's and women's open $20,000 prize money event. So all of BC's best, along with some of Western Canada's best, all come in to compete here. Some of the best free entertainment you're going to see anywhere for the next few weeks.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, admission is free. This tournament now is going on its 8th decade.
Yep.
How's it evolved in 79 years?
It's grown incredibly. I mean, we can't actually grow it anymore. We had to actually just cut off entries now. And we can't, unless we start adding a whole new banks of courts. That's about as big as we can grow. We got to find new courts. So, I mean, it starts right from 8 in the morning and goes right until the sun comes down. So it's evolved in the sense of everyone knows about it. It is really, truly Wimbledon. When I say that for them, everyone wants to win this tournament. You know, not just to propel their rankings up, but it's a sense of pride. You know, but you walk around and say, I won the Stanley Park Open. It's a big deal for people. They know how they're a player.
Do you get good crowds for the
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're right next to English Bay, which is obviously one of the greatest places in North America to be at, with North America's biggest tennis tournament. And we got barbecues going. We got Adidas setting their tent up with Lady Sport down there. We've got action going on all the time. And we're actually trying out our new beach tennis here. We're going to have some beach tennis courts set up right next door. So you can be entertained all day. You bring down the family, and you'll be entertained all day.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because you and I have been chit-chatting the last couple months. They're actually going to have a beach tennis event. Talk to me about this, because this is quite big in California, right?
Absolutely. Beach tennis is coming our way. We're just starting up. Our first event will be at Kits Fest in August, but it's a great sport. It's great. It's going to be meshing the volleyball players with the tennis players, so it's actually going to be interesting to see who's a better type of athlete.
How's it played?
Just small rackets, so like mini rackets, a tennis ball that basically has very little air in it, and you have to just volley it. It can't bounce on the sand, so you play it with a net that's about a foot lower than a volleyball net.
So is this a serious game?
It's very serious. Oh, there's a full pro tour in Europe, so and it's already in the Junior Olympics, so it's coming down to the Olympics. So for guys like Jay and I, our Olympic dream still lives, so it might still happen for us.
You may be my friend. You're the tennis player amongst all of us. When you talk about the Stanley Park Open, though, and you talk about the different levels of competitiveness, how competitive does it get at the upper echelon? Because Christy was saying, you know, this morning that her brother's going to be playing doubles, but you mentioned that, you know, there's the average player, but when you talk about the high-end talent, you've got people who are ready to go the next step.
You've got guys that can play professionally in there, and then players who have played professionally, and pretty much all the main draw have played top-level NCAA Division I tennis. You know, all the big schools will be represented there. So it's just the great fight to see. You know, they come out, they're going to scrap for every little prize money they can get, and again, they all want to be on that champions banner. We make champions banners up that hang along all the court walls, so everyone wants to have their picture up and be immortalized down at Stanley Park.
Sophie and I were talking about the weather. I know if it rains, it's a huge headache for you in terms of all that. Yeah, but what about the heat, though? What about the heat? Because I know the city...
the last few days.
Yeah, I mean, the last few days that we've had, I know the city had their campaign about, you know, making sure everybody's hydrated and all the rest, but talk to me about the different weather.
Well, absolutely. I mean, the weather, it gets scorching, and obviously on tennis courts, the heat ricochets off and goes right on. It can kind of cook you pretty well. So we're fortunate enough, you know, Canadian Springs comes down, gives us water. We've got sunscreen there, free for everyone who shows up. So we're going to make sure everybody's lathered up with sunscreen. We got plenty of water for everybody. So we're going to do our best to make sure everybody's going to be maintained well. Okay, so it goes all month long. Odlum Brown Vancouver Open, the big tournament up at Hollyburn goes July 31st. That's the first day of competition. No Marcos Baghdadi, who was here last year, but let's talk about the Odlum Brown while we're talking. Sure. I mean, what this event at the end of time is, it's a great melting pot of players that are on their way up. They're players you're going to see in the first, second, third rounds of Wimbledon and the U.S. Open. They're just coming up, and then players that sometimes have been right up in the top 10, top 20 in the world, who have fallen down a little bit because of injury. They're all meshing in one area because they're only 2 weeks out of the U.S. Open. They need this tournament. They have to do well at this tournament to push themselves over. So we know that everyone who shows up is going to try extremely extremely hard. They're going to give everything they can, and that's why we always get a great entertainment product there.
Did you ever see those the two guys who went 3 days? I can't remember their names now.
Yes.
This is good. Yeah, talk about this.
Yeah, Mahout and Isner are two. You know, that went 70 to 68 in the, you know, for a marathon, basically 3-day match, which is they're probably still recovering from. And, you know, we're going to try to entice one of those guys to come here if we can.
Oh, really?
We're going to try to see if we can. We're trying. We're talking to
Excellent.
pretty much. I mean, my cell phone right now is blowing up from agents calling all ours. We're trying to see who we can get and what they want and what we can do, and we'll have a good crop coming up here. But it's you know, everyone, all the top players love coming here. You know, I've sit there on the Friday night of the qualifying. The main draw guys fly in from wherever they are in the world. They walk out onto the Hollyburn deck, overlook the Vancouver skyline, overlook our mountains, overlook our center court, and you see them, and they turn and they go, I'm here to play.
Before we let you go, every time we have you on, we talk about getting a tennis-only facility built in the Lower Mainland. Any closer?
A lot closer. I will tell you this. I believe within this next year we will see it. We'll have some form announcement. Can't tell you where, can't say where yet. There's a few little suitors going on, but I can tell you that all the right parts are in place, the money's in place, and you're going to see it happen.
Which will eventually, hopefully, lead to bringing bigger
Even
events
bigger
here.
It allows us to keep growing, and that's important. We've already built all the
Yeah.
foundation up, and now we're going to get ready to go boom.
Okay, so Stanley Park Open begins today. It goes all month long. The Odlum Brown Vancouver Open goes July 31st up at Hollyburn. Thanks for coming, and I think, if memory serves correct, you wanted to give Sophie and
This is the
Chris
official T-shirt. Alter Ego, release your inner Federer or inner Sharapova. Here it is.
There you go.
Come on over here.
My inner Sharapova is really very great. Far away.
There we go.
It's like you
Very
get
nice.
hit by tennis
And
balls.
I'll get you
all
the.
over.
Oh, look at that.
Gee, you can have that for your wife. You can have that for your wife.
Thank you very
Ryan.
much.
Thanks.
That's
Thanks very
great.
much.
Look forward to both events. And your brother, again, is playing in the Stanley Park.
And I've got a friend as well playing, so I'm going to head down there and check it out. It's going to be so much fun, and hopefully the sunshine stays. So far, the long-range forecast is showing that, so things look great and not too hot. Things are actually going to cool down over the next few days. I also just wanted to remind everyone we're doing Tofino tomorrow as our small-town feature.
Already getting lots of photos from Tofino.
Yeah, so lucky. Yeah, it's a great province, so it's easy to show it off, right?
Lions, 7 o'clock tonight against the Riders. The flyby by the CF-18, 7:04. About 500 feet off the ground. It's just going to scream through Vancouver.
Do not
Pretty
be
cool.
alarmed.
Yeah.
Have a great morning. We'll see you at noon. Thanks a lot, Ryan.
Thanks,
Thanks
Ryan.
very much. Thanks.
Thanks.